Somebody woke up and decided to knock me off my own live stream. That was very telling, very interesting there. Pete, let me explain something to you. Because you probably up this early because you do radio. So I know that you're aware of the words that are about to come out of my mouth. Let me explain something to you, sir. Because you might not understand. You do not hold, possess, or own any keys in this hip hop game. You may feel that you do because of your so-called contribution to hip hop. You have this sort of elitist type feel like you deserve some sort of credit for something. And I'm still baffled at what credit do you believe you are deserved? I really am. You are a fan of this, okay? You were a rich boy that loved hip hop, okay? Grew up listening to the Beastie Boys in Maryland, fell in love with the music, and said, "Oh, daddy, 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 I want this." And daddy thought you were just going through a fad, right? Daddy got you on radio station. Daddy got you on radio. And you was DJ PMD. Peter from Maryland, I'm DJ PMD. And you were on radio after failing at trying to be a rapper. You're a kid. This is what you wanted to do, so you were on campus. You were DJ PMD. But you think that was something you created. Peter from Maryland, PMD. When there was an EPMD, Parish the Mic Doctor. That didn't cross your mind. So right away, you come into the game with your rich Jewish upbringing. Not saying that all Jewish people are rich. He was. Your father was rich. Your father was one of those rich Jewish people. People with power. People that could pull strings to get his little boy what his little boy wanted. Does that sound hip hop to you? You had to grind to make it in this business? No, you didn't. Now, you could still love the culture. Being a rich Jewish guy doesn't matter. But you do not hold the keys, sir. And for you to believe that you do and want to be that guy who hip hop always fought, you're part of the oppression of hip hop. If you've taken that type of approach, sir. Now, you've had numerous shows. You did radio. You wanted to start a podcast, and you wanted to get credit for it. You helped set up the podcast and chose to do the podcast with Joe Budden instead of Nori. And you was like, man, I should have took Nori. But you took Joe because Joe was treating you with utmost respect. You weren't going to get that with Nori. And then you weren't there. You just wanted your name on everything. But you weren't going to be around to do any other work. While everybody else is doing the work, you were mad you weren't getting the credit. I'm not getting credit. Well, damn, what, you think he's supposed to just get all the credit and we're doing all the work? Well, I helped produce it. I helped set it up. I helped find you the place where you could do it. Well, damn, I didn't think that may mean that you get all seniority rights, because he's doing what the other oppressors have always done: take credit for other people's work. He's always done that. He's always put his face on everybody else's work. But the people under him are doing all the work. The rich Jewish hip hop guy who loves hip hop wants to put his face on it. Yeah, I've heard about you. MJ Rosenberg. Look into MJ Rosenberg, please. If you want to know about his family history, if you want to go down there, look into MJ Rosenberg. Use your Googles. Now, let's keep it here with me and you, Pete. You made some comments about people on the internet and hip hop, and you didn't target me specifically, but you basically grouped us all together. Now, any disdain you might have for academics not showing you respect, I can't respect someone who goes on air, talk all this E-Man talk. Then when you see the person in public, you're, oh, hey, how you doing? Sending emails, yeah, man, like nothing ever happened. When you talk king on them on live television, but behind the scenes, you're groveling like a little puppy. That means I can't take you seriously. Every time you try to stretch your arms out past Hot 97, what has happened to you, Rosenberg? You were over there at Complex with DJ Academics, a person who you had problems with, right? And you had your own talk show where you tried to kiss up to him in the hallways. Your show, with celebrity guests on it, did not do better than his show. With him and Joe Budden, the Everyday Struggle Show. Complex didn't want to give you a second season because they couldn't believe the show failed. You're so famous. Everybody loves Peter Rosenberg, right? Of course they're going to stick around and watch it. No, they did not. What was it, like Up All Night or something? With Peter Rosenberg. It's like, cares about Rosenberg? No one cares about Peter Rosenberg. I'm sorry that you don't understand this. Now, together, you, Laura Stiles, and Ebro have a great show on Hot 97. Y'all work very well together. That's your niche. You want to contribute to hip hop? There you go. Now, you have found ways to menangle your name into making sure it's important that you are put in certain platforms in hip hop. They put you in front of charity foundations or celebrity basketball, even though you're not a celebrity. I don't know what in the world you have done for hip hop. Please refresh our memory. We need to know, what was your biggest contribution to hip hop? And that is, I used to play the songs when I was in college on a radio station that dad gave me. I played all these underground songs. I got people signed. Who did you do? What did you do, sir? I would like to know. Everybody donates near Thanksgiving, sir. You were all on Colin Kaepernick's side. You're always about all the nonsense. I've seen you take the proper stance and do what you're supposed to do. He's someone that loved it. I'm not going to say he's not a fan of it, but you can't sit there and shit on the people on the internet who love hip hop too. They were just like you, Peter. Now, I'm not saying academics. Academics is not a hip hop guy whatsoever. He's not. He is a hack. He is the ideal person of a hack. He doesn't love, he's the Wendy Williams, really, of this whole thing. He's not in it for no love of the music, the artist, nothing. He's in it for all the drama music. Talking about what's hot and all this drill, because it leads to controversy. So he's all about that. He reports on all the negative that happens in hip hop. He lives for it. So-and-so got shot at. So-and-so sent a diss message. His IG is drowned in it. The negative aspect. So I'm trying to figure out, is why you so tough? And then you want to box academics. Where'd you get that idea from? Oh, me. But why would you want to box someone online who you claim is insignificant? But all I'm saying is when you keep throwing shots at people online covering hip hop and saying, oh, these, calling people talentless, hacks. What's been your talent? You're a tag along. You're a guy who you're a symbiote. You got to have a host to tag along with. You got to attach yourself to something to remain relevant. You have to attach yourself to another human being in order for you to be relevant. Without Ebro, what is Peter Rosenberg? It's not even called Rosenberg in the morning. It's called Ebro in the morning. Your name is not even in the goddamn title. But yet, you act as if you hold the keys. Ebro held more keys in his hands with hip hop than you. So I'm just saying. If you ever wonder why Drake don't talk to you, this is why. This is one of the main reasons why he doesn't want to have a conversation with you. He did an interview with you. He came down, sat down when he was first getting in this business. Y'all were going over everything with Canada. He told you the places to shop, everything. He came with you, open palms, respect. He looked up to you guys. And then you turn around and said, well, it ain't our job if somebody else want to disrespect you on the show like Flex. Then you get mad because he don't want to come on your show. He don't want to come there and support a station where a guy is in there trying to tear down his career. Why would he do that? Then he said, no disrespect to y'all, but as long as that guy's working there, I'm not going to come there. And guess what? His career is just fine. He didn't need the Breakfast Club. He didn't need Hot 97. But your station played his music, though, because the music was hot and you had no choice. So he didn't have to sit there and give you guys an exclusive interview. And you know what that represented. That represented a change. That represented, oh, snap, we're in trouble. They're going to know they don't need us. What are we going to do then? They can't figure that out, because if they figured out that they don't need us, what's going to happen to us? Right? Hit the like button this morning. We kicking it off bright and early this morning. Rosenberg done bumped his head, ladies and gentlemen. All I'm saying is clarify who you talking about. When you start talking about people on the internet, you know, it's just full of talentless hacks nowadays. Okay, who are these talentless hacks? They're talking to people online. They're not bothering you. You don't have to go online. But I guarantee you be online trying to get people to watch your show. You're mad that they're connected to people and you're not? Let me guess, we all should be listening to Peter Rosenberg. That's what the world needs. We need some Peter Rosenberg in our life. I've never heard a human being say, man, I got to hear what Rosenberg got to say. Never heard that. Never. I never heard nobody go, oh, look, there's Peter Rosenberg. Let me go get a picture with him. I never heard that. Never. But yet, you act as if you're the gatekeeper for hip hop. It's fascinating. Now, using your birthright as the key to control hip hop, well, let's just say me and you don't see things eye to eye. We don't see things the same way. Can we agree to disagree on that at least? That me and you just don't see things eye to eye. Well, see, that's Pete's problem. People want to be recognized. People believe that they're bigger than what they actually are. They believe this game owes them something. He wants to be somebody like huge. Like he wants to be respected. He wanted to be a hip hop artist and it didn't work out. And he realized, I'm never going to make it as a hip hop artist. I have no skills. I can't rap. But I got a platform. Yeah, I'm a rapper. Check me out, B. Yeah, I can spit some bars. Yeah. I'm an MC. No, sir, you're not an MC. You were a fan of three Jewish boys from Brooklyn named the Beastie Boys. And what a coincidence. You happen to be Jewish too. And it inspired you to love a music that everyone else in hip hop world was loving. There's nothing wrong with that, Peter Rosenberg. You're from Chevy Chase, Maryland. Do you want to know? Well, you want me to tell you how many black folks are in Chevy Chase? Only thing black on there is the tires on the car. The street, I don't even think is black. I think it's gray. Now, to live in Chevy Chase, Maryland, in that area that you stayed, it's a very rich area, bruh. I'm not going to assume on what your parents did to make money. I'm not going to look in their pocketbooks, but they were loaded, and you know it. See, I know things about you that you don't know, Peter, that I know. When you was first in the interview with Drake, and the guy said to you, who happened to be black, who didn't really know you that well, and was like, oh, he was like, yeah, I'm getting ready to interview the black Jew. Yeah, he's black and Jewish, just like me. And you laughed. And the guy was black who was there, who you said it to. So he took you at face value. He didn't know you. He didn't know you were joking. But you said you were black and Jewish to him when you were getting ready to interview Drake at that time. And you were as excited because he was black and Jewish, a black and Jewish rapper. All right. What did Drake's ethnicity had to do with why you were interviewing him? What did it have to do with it? Absolutely nothing. You are a guest in hip hop. Period. You will never own the keys. No matter how much they try to give to you, this is the same problem Eminem had. This is the same problem everybody else seemed to possess that other people seem to forget. You hold no keys. Mm-hmm. Well, Ebro is the type that knows his position because guys who own that position know they didn't do a damn good job at that position, looking at the state of what hip hop is in now. But what Ebro doesn't want to say is, well, I didn't have a lot of say in the matter. He had a boss that told him what to do. But he doesn't want to admit that. He was just a guy in the chair who had the title. And they was like, you let all this music come through. I don't mind at all. I've never been a big fan of Ebro. I think he's good. Ebro and Rosenberg together. I think they're too political. They've chosen a side, and they go off things based off an agenda. If something is going, they're basically pro-left. So anything that's, even if the pro-left side is wrong, they're gonna back them no matter what. They're with all these social stances that anybody take. They don't look at anything objectively. They're attached to a situation they're gonna stick to. But when it comes to hip hop, it's something different. And then you got this guy who feels like he could tell everybody online who's who and what's what. There's a reason I'm on radio and you're at home on the internet. Dude, you're on radio sending stuff to the internet. You're promoting your show on the internet. You were on a complex. Your show aired where? On the internet. Did Complex have a cable channel? I don't think they did. Your show aired on the internet. Yeah, they did because they put this face and gave him everything. They gave Rosenberg things. so that he could be a face, he could be a powerful fixture, so he could be in the situation to say, look, I'm Peter Rosenberg. That's like saying Paul Rosenberg, Eminem's manager, is the big end-all be-all. No, Paul Rosenberg is another failed rapper who loved the Beastie Boys and all these other guys coming up, but could not get into rap because they had no skill. So they go into the managerial part of it, and he lucked up and found Eminem. And who else has he worked with and made famous? You know, I have no answers for that because I have not seen him make any other artist famous. Peter Rosenberg was not 50 Cent's manager. Didn't Paul Rosenberg get fired from Def Jam? Or is he still there? I thought he was fired, or he stepped down already. Because he screwed that up early. He screwed that up early. He was almost removed the moment he started. Because he brought Noah from Complex over there with him. What I'm saying is we got to get back to doing the things the right way. We're not doing it the right way. Once we start handling our own the proper way, then we can start moving on. But until then, this is what we're stuck with. We're stuck in a society where this nonsense is accepted. And I don't like it. I don't like the fact that Rosenberg gets to sit there and dictate to people online what's what. Who are you? Now, your thing with academics, cool. If academics says something to you, because 9 times out of 10 with him, to me, that guy isn't hip hop. That guy is not hip hop. He doesn't represent, he don't know any of the culture. That guy is what you said, a talentless hack. Cool. I'm with that. If you want to say that about academics, that is 100%. I can never be cool with that guy. I don't care how much money he makes online. I don't judge people by the money they make. But that's what I'm saying. If Paul Rosenberg was such a great manager, who else did he manage? He only managed Eminem. Who else did he manage to get anything? So that means to me, you're not good at your job. You're only good at the strength of Eminem. When Eminem was struggling to sell records, did you manage to bring him back? No, you did not. When Shady Records was tumbling into the ground, did you manage to find a way to bring it up? No, Eminem got a rap until he's like 600. Eminem was retired basically and had to come out of retirement to start rapping again because the company was going down. Does that sound like somebody who had it under control? But Eminem was so rich. No, he was not. He was rich on paper, but he had to come back and reinvent himself to get back rich again. But no one talks about Eminem's finances the way they talk about all these other rappers, do they? Nobody talk about how Eminem was able to keep a lot of the things that he got when all these other rappers who've been here way before him got less and got treated less. Nelly sold, they ain't gonna tell you Nelly sold the same amount of records as Eminem. They're never gonna tell you that. If I told you Nelly was selling the same amount of records as Eminem, would you believe me? Hell no. But did you see a Nelly movie? Did you see Nelly get all of the accolades on TRL like Eminem? No, because Eminem decided it was a good idea to diss Nelly and start a mini war between him and the St. Lunatics because Nelly was close to him. Did anybody say, hey, Eminem, what you doing? Nelly wasn't bothering you. His music wasn't saying nothing, wasn't dissing nobody or nothing. Why are you messing with Nelly? He wanted to turn his fans against Nelly because the white teeny boppers was liking Nelly music too. And his music aged better than yours. They still play Hot in Here. They still play that Andale, Mama, uh-oh. They play these songs. I hear them. Now, I don't hear Drop Down, Get Your Eagle On like that no more, but two different lanes of rappers that never should have clashed, but Nelly went on TRL, and then I don't think he was back on TRL. TRL was created to promote Eminem. Why is that? So Eminem owes a lot of his success to Carson Daly and MTV. Right. See, they made Eminem harmless. They played everyone. They played all of y'all. Nelly was a pop artist. But no, like I said, they let Eminem come in. I see what y'all saying. Well, he's got to watch what he says on his little radio show, his little podcast show that he does. But they did the same thing with Eminem. Eminem is talented, but he came through the door safe so that nobody would mess with him. They made him just like a clown. It was created to promote Eminem. TRL's only purpose was to promote Eminem. That was the existence of TRL with Carson Daly. That show was to showcase Eminem and keep Eminem on there. Nobody, I believe, in the history of TRL made more appearances than Eminem. Eminem stayed on there. This was the first time he was on the show, but he stayed on TRL. They used it to promote him. They used to do little skits. They used to do skits with Eminem. And about time when Eminem was at this level, he was the biggest thing in the world. And he was back on TRL when he really didn't need TRL anymore. It worked. TRL was to create a network where they can connect to all the teeny boppers to get them to like teeny bopper type of music that they were promoting. And Eminem was it. It was to create Eminem's white fan base. And this is about time the Eminem show came out. That's all they wanted to do. And they achieved their job. They achieved their job. Now, where is this Peter Rosenberg? Where is he now? They kept him on there. Here's another time he was on there. He stayed on TRL, dancing, doing all kind of goofiness, doing Q&As. It was all about Eminem on MTV. They created it and built his fan base. No other hip hop artist ever got that. But he got it from the inception. Mm-hmm. I feel you. Hobson, though, he's another one of those drug addict types. So he retired. He make an album and retire every year. He'll say a couple of lines, but what album do Hospin has? Well,
properly. If you do,
Mm-hmm.
Penny Home. Some flowers and trees. We ain't no family. Well, some of us.
Well, have you noticed that they've never taken down? Hi, my name is. They not that song, but the I am the real Slim Shady, and they never blurted out the part. There's another reason why another man and another man shouldn't elope. Ugh. They never took that out. But that whole album, I love that album because it's the most freest album you're gonna hear from Eminem. He just gave people, he just everybody. Eminem is not in my top 10 either. Hell no. Eminem is not in my top 10 rappers of all time. Eminem's Dear Mama is, I'm sorry, Mama. Didn't mean to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. Talking about burying his mom in the backyard and all this stuff. It's like, huh? We have a different views when it come to mamas for our culture. Joe Budden said it clear. Eminem is the greatest, probably, rapper of words that we've heard as far as syllables. He's the greatest syllable rapper. Don't mean anything once he's done. Mm-hmm. I understood what you were saying. But it's a little different. Well, my thing is, how many artists were signed to Shady Records then? I'm listening to you and reading it. Cool G Rap started that type of rap style. Big G, of course. I ain't no way in the world I could put him over Big G. I got Cool G Rap over Eminem any day of the week. Obi Trice was the best on there. Oh no, hell no, Obi wasn't. Obi Trice couldn't touch. Mm-mm. I got the strongest. Swifty McVeigh is the strongest rapper they had. Swifty was the best rapper. Clearly, he was better than Eminem. Swifty McVeigh was the business. When I heard Swifty rap, I said, "Oh no, he for real with it." His penmanship was no joke. Then I would put him in the Canava. That's why when those two rap together, I could hear the Canava and him rapping together. To me, that was significant. But no, Swifty McVeigh was the best rapper out the group. Yeah, well, there was a lot to say at that time that they don't allow you to say now. Sway Calloway ain't the guy no more. Sway ain't been that guy in years. He's doing what he got to do to get money. And I don't trust Sway as far as I could kick him. Eminem, I would agree with Joe 100% on it. Eminem ain't said a word in 10 years of any significance. Proof was the freestyler. And that's what he did. He freestyled a majority of his lyrics.
You know me, I don't play with candy, you know what I'm saying? I eat M&M's flat out, you know what I'm saying? I don't smash on them like that, you know? So, I mean,
see, when Carson Daly went there, they didn't even have him up there hosting TRL.
So how do you feel about Eminem? How do you feel on that?
well, you know, Dirty, I don't too much know nothing about Dirty, you know what I'm saying? But he be having some sly little comments about me on his stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you know me, I don't play with candy, you know what I'm saying? I eat M&M's flat out, you know what I'm saying? I don't smash on them like that, you know? So, I mean, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think Duke plan on coming to tour the St. Louis, that's all. That's all, he just limited himself, but it's all great.
And what they did was set out to destroy Nelly's whole career and sabotage Nelly after trying to create this Eminem Nelly war because Nelly was selling same amount of records as Eminem. And they're putting way more money into selling Eminem records. And for people to think it's just people in the hood buying Nelly, no. Internationally, Nelly records were selling. You don't sell 10 million records in the United States alone. Globally, he was selling records. Everybody always thank Eminem for giving D12 a shot. Like, man, he didn't have to go grab, he was already established. He didn't have to go and grab those dudes from his hood, that he hung with and make a group for them. They should be grateful that he did all that for them. I'm like, dude, how do you think Eminem was able to make that records? How do you think he was able to get this far? They the one pushed him. Bizarre is the reason he met the Outsiders. Eminem was pushed. Proof pushed Eminem to get out there and do it. Plus, they needed to solidify Eminem. If Eminem didn't have his back support, and he just, let's say he cut them off and went out as a solo artist, he'd have fizzled out a long time ago. He would have fizzled out a long time ago. Word. Okay. Yeah, I forgot how early we started this video. We over an hour and rolling. What's new on the Patreon? We got a lot of new things that posted. For the ladies, let me see. Let me view this. I had to do one for the ladies because I've been doing the one for the men. They had a Morris Chestnut and Idris Elba. And here you got guys commenting under this. I said, this is for ladies only. And I wanted to see who would vote. And sure enough, we got the 6 women to come in and do it. And I'm like, there you go. Oh, we got Chauncey Billups having a hard time trying to teach Dame how to be a real point guard and how to play real basketball. Oh, my battery power is dying. So let me get out of here. Thanks for y'all who tuned in. Let me go ahead and get caught up on some work. I'm out.